Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is. We are back again. And it's bonus banger time, y'all. It's bonus banger time. When I got one, that's a lot. It's bonus banger time. I got one for y'all. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start my videos, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out here working hard, working the 9 to 5, everybody that's out here with a business, working hard, getting to the bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to listen to in the morning times, man. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I have no problem doing these things, man. But I just be asking for one thing. And that's for y'all to just stay out the way. That's it. That's the only thing I be asking for, man. And I'm telling y'all to stay out the way, man. Because if God forbid, if any of us go down, any of y'all that's out there in the streets go down, man, like it's going to hurt your family. Because there's people out there that's counting on us to stay out here, man. We can't go down, man. It's people that's counting on us to be out here, man. Like, if we go down, that's going to, like, we leaving all the responsibility on them. We was just trying to struggle with all this responsibility out here, doing the wrong things, trying to get money the fast way for we can take care of our family, right? That's you with all the responsibility. If you so happen to get locked up, you reverse that responsibility onto the people that you was helping. And it's going to make life harder for them, man. So it just makes sense to just stay out here and y'all struggle together. That's what it's supposed to be, man. You don't supposed to try to think that you're going to take the easy, fast road to try to get this money faster, to take care of your family, because you're doing nothing but hurting them once they put handcuffs on you, man. And that's a fact. So you might as well just try to get it together as a family, man. Everybody struggle together. At least y'all together. At least y'all free. And at least nobody has to go see nobody in visitation, man. That's the best thing I can tell you, man. So just whatever you're doing out there, if you're doing the wrong thing, change it up, man, and stay out here with your family, because they need you to be out here, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is. This is a bonus banger. So what I need y'all to do with this one: like, share, subscribe, this one. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called Drama Over the Officer. Part 1. Yeah, y'all already know how it go, man. If you've been in penitentiary, you already know how it go. If you've never been in penitentiary, this is how it go, man. Every time a guy end up meeting an officer, a female officer, it can be a male officer, man. Like, regardless, man. Like, if a dude is messing with a female officer or a male officer, and that transition into they getting some money or getting some motion with this situation, man, there's going to always be 100 haters. There's going to always be people that wish they was in your shoes. There's going to always be people that wish they can do what you're doing, but they too scared. There's going to be people that's wishing that they was the one that the lady chose, man, or the guy chose, man, because they wish they can be in your position, man. That's just how it go in there, man. You got to go through those things if you're going to be a person that's going to be hollering at officers and trying to get, this is the stuff you go through, man. So if you can stand to go through these things, be my guest. Me, I tell y'all a lot of stories. That's why I never really had officers, and I don't tell y'all about videos when I was like, I never did. I always got in the car with somebody that was doing stuff, man, for a lot of reasons of what y'all been hearing from these stories, man. Like, it never turns out good. And maybe that's what made me last longer in these spots that I was at, but I left that up to everybody else to do, man. But it always turns out bad, long story short. But with that being said, we are on Susses 2 for this, y'all. We are on Susses 2. And I can remember being in 3D for this one, y'all, man. Like, and I've been in 3D probably for about 6 months now, man. Like, I'm used to the pod. I'm used to the building. I tell y'all, we was the only population pod in the building. So it was like something I was definitely really used to, man. Like, I'm moving around in that joint, man. Like, this is around the time I'm kind of messing with my man Rudy, man. We was making it happen in the support game, man, back then, man. You know what I mean? You know, but me and Rudy was making it shake. I kind of had a little play going on, and I wasn't trying to be greedy, because when you get too greedy in penitentiary, when you up there trying to get to the bag, like I always, that's something else I noticed too, man. The greedy dudes, they never last either, man. So I never was greedy. I wanted everybody else to eat. I wanted everybody else to feel like they was good off the la-la. I wanted the whole pod to be straight, man, for nobody ain't telling. Like, that used to be my whole thing, man. Maybe I would lose more money trying to accomplish all those goals right there, but at the end of the day, it still kept me safe. So this is how I'm moving in 3D now. And I got a few dudes in there rocking with. Everything is straight around this time, man. You got a lot of dudes in the pod, dudes from the news, dudes from the beach. You got the red members in there. You know what I mean? You got dudes everywhere in the joint, man. So the block was a live block. So around this time right here, y'all, I have a job. I am working. You know what I mean? My job used to be, I can either come out and clean in the pod once they lock down, or if they needed help over in the hole and the other, because I told y'all we the only population pod in that building. But the other 3 pods in that building are segregation. It's the hole. So like they gave all of us jobs, well, a lot of us jobs, like especially the ones that been there in 3D from the beginning when they first moved them over there, they gave us the gigs. So I had a job either working in the pod, or they needed a flood cleaned up, or they needed this done over in the hole, or whatever the case, pass this out in the hole. They would call a chosen few of people, and I was one of those chosen few of people. Now, out of the other chosen few of people, it was this one young dude, man. He was from the R. He was either from the R or Petersburg, but he used to hang with both. But I'm thinking he was from the R, maybe in the middle. I don't know. But we're gonna call this dude Hoop. Now, Hoop was a cool little young boy. You know what I mean? He was younger than me. I was young, but he was younger than me. Like, he was probably early 20s. Like, I'm early 20s too. He probably like 21. I'm probably like 23, 24 or something like that. I'm super young at the time, I ain't gonna lie. But he was in there too. So I noticed how he came in. And like when he moved to 3D, you know, he got acclimated with the Richmond dudes, and he figured everything out. And next thing you know, he got a job moving around. And when I seen Hoop do that, like I gave him a lot of credit to be a young dude, to be able to catch on and be like, yo, you need to be able to be out your cell as much as possible. That's the goal around prison and been doing time in penitentiary. You need to be able to move around out your cell. So when I seen bro, you know what I mean, get the gig and like moving around, like that was all right. So like when he got the gig, that kind of made me and him cool. Now, Hoop was the type of dude, like, he didn't really mess with everybody. He didn't mess with everybody. And he used to try to get a little paper. But at the same time, though, he was one of those dudes that be down on the women. So, like, his whole mission used to be down on the women. So, from the time that he came in, I have seen this man swing and miss a bunch of times, man. Like, he been down on these CEOs like crazy. Now, prior to him being in the pod for a while, they ended up moving this new lady. Like, we got a whole new batch of new officers that started working. So we saw when they was rookies. You know what I mean? He wasn't in our pod when they was rookies, but once they got their stripes, they started putting them in the building. So they put this one lady in the building, man. We're going to call this lady Miss Smith, man. That's what we're going to call her, man. We're going to call her Miss Smith. But they ended up putting this lady named Miss Smith in our building. And it was like weird because she, like, you know, usually the women, they'll request to work the booths. And like every now and then if the officer need a break or they go on break, it used to be like this. If it's a female in the booth, like in the morning times, like when we come out after count, like she's probably gonna take her break, and then the dude that's working the floor gonna go in the booth, you know what I mean, take her spot, and then usually she'll stretch her legs and come down on the floor. Like you will see that like from time to time. But like a lot of ladies just want to stay in the booth for a lot of reasons, man. But the lady Miss Smith, as soon as she got her stripes, man, I'm telling y'all, as soon as she got her stripes, she was one of these ladies that kind of like just was coming around, like talking to everybody, and for real, man, like she wasn't all of that. I ain't even gonna lie, she wasn't all of that at all. Like she was kind of a big lady. She was a big lady, and it looked like she probably was like in her middle 30s if I had to guess her age. Like she wasn't old, she wasn't too young. I'll give her middle 30s, but like she just was like super duper friendly. So y'all already know what super duper friendly like equals out in the penitentiary, man, when it comes to females, man. Like when she being super friendly, man, I promise y'all, man, dudes is all over the place knocking her toboggan loose. Dudes is being the number one. They all over the place snapping out, man. I can't even say it no more. I apologize. Not in the beginning, but they going crazy on the lady. I ain't even gonna lie. They snapping out on the lady, but this happens a lot. You know what I mean? Especially in 3D, because we like secluded. And then, you know, you got the dudes over there that be slanging from the shower. You know what I mean? So like, this is gonna happen. So the lady, like, she don't care about it. Like from what I see, she doesn't care about this stuff. So she became the lady, like when she come to work, Miss Smith come to work, she's super cool, like all the way cool. Like she'll stop, see us, she'll look at our eyes, see that we lit off the la-la, and she'll be like, look at y'all, why you always off the la-la? I used to be like, man, like I didn't even know how to answer the question, like, but she would say stuff like this, but we all knew it was like an inside thing of the pod. Like we all knew that Miss Smith was cool. So like, I really was thinking like, you know, like she's not all that, like ain't a lot of dudes trying to holler at her. Like for real, should I make a move? Like I started thinking like that, you know what I mean? So I'm like, as I started thinking that, soon as I started thinking that, I looked up and I seen Hoop. Hoop was down on her. She was doing rounds. Hoop was right there. Now, usually you don't do rounds. You don't walk around. Like when they doing rounds, a CO is coming to each cell, seeing your door lock, and then she looking in. So sometimes it be dudes in there being that number one. Dudes be in there snapping out. Like waiting for moments like that. So like the dude Hoop, he walking around, you know what I mean? So that's crazy. So I know dudes was mad. I was in the shower, all that. But he walking, he on his, you know what I mean? He spitting, he like, yeah. He talking to her, she right there. She like, but she giving him rhythm, you know what I mean? She talking to him about, she checking the door. She like, boy, you know what I mean? He's spitting out, he's spitting at her. So bro ended up talking to her. So what made it sweet for with Hoop, I'm trying to holler at her. Hoop works the night shifts and all that with us. So she works the evening shift, so he see her at night and all that. So bro was hollering at her the whole night. Bro was down on Miss Smith the whole night, man. I promise you, man. Like he was down on her so much. Like I just think everybody started respecting it. Like man, like she let dudes knock her toboggan loose, man. She ain't writing no charges for that, for getting her toboggan knocked off. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the young boy Hoop, man, he down on the top. So it wasn't really no haters at that moment. Like it was like a respect thing. I know when I seen him doing it, I was like, yeah, I'm good anyway. But like bro, like this maybe was his moment. Like I told y'all, he done got clapped a million times. You know what I mean? But this time around, Miss Smith giving him some play, y'all. So boom, I seen it go on for a while. You know what I mean? Like he like a month in getting played. You know what I mean? About after a month of him getting played, the word come back through the old head that worked the night shift. One day, me and him was working in 3C, and we over there cleaning up. Like so, it was like I think it was a dude on the top tier flooding, so water coming all off the top tier, flooding on the floor. So we got to go clean all that up. So we in the joint. You know what I mean? Me and him in that joint working. We got the little stick, like it's a stick that they got. Look like a big joint that you can clean your windows with, but it's shaped kind of crazy, but it pushes the water perfect. So we using that joint, and we get in the water. And then the old head like, man, I'm trying to holler at Miss Smith. I was like, what you mean? He was like, man, I seen Hoop tearing her head off the other night. I said, for real? He was like, yeah. He was like, man. He said, man, I walked right up on the junk, man. He said, because where they be at, it's like, we got to come through the door anyway. So I'm like, what? He was like, upstairs. So, like, my cell wasn't even far from the back door. Like, y'all know I'm in 3D. Next door to us is the hole, which is 3C. So when they go through the back door, which is when they get to the last cell in our pod, which is 44, I'm in cell 41, 40 or 41. I want to say 41, but like once they pass that and get to the back door, it's the hole they going into next. So like when we working, the CO will have the back door and the downstairs back door open, so you can get to it from both ways. So upstairs is a little bit more better because I forgot it's like it's something over in the corner, like it's more space. The bottom joint is kind of like a straight shot to the other pod, but dudes be shaking out upstairs. So like I said, I'm like, damn, that was crazy to hear that. He like, yeah, man, like they ain't even care. He said, I just kept walking though, man, but he had her in the corner, man. He was knocking her head off. So I'm like, man, that's wild, man. So like bro was chilling. Bro had it, man. A little bit more time went on, bro had it. Now, me thinking like how I always think, y'all already know I think like a psycho from time to time. I'm thinking in my head, like, why bro ain't get no package yet? Like, but it be like that sometimes because some dudes be so in love, like they don't even be thinking package, you know what I mean? Like the package might come when somebody like me finally comes like, yo, bro, what's up? You ain't trying to get no money? What, you tripping? Like it might take that. Or it might be a dude decision, like I ain't trying to get no money to even mess this up. You know what I mean? It might be something like that. So I ain't paying no mind. That bro do him. I ain't never pull up on him and see. I never seen him pull up with nothing. No, I ain't never seen him do nothing. I seen him with a little extra food. Like he got stuff like that, but I ain't never seen him get no package at that particular moment. So I'll say about another month go by. They end up moving a dude that I knew that was in one building from my city. He was from Norfolk. Old head dude. They moved him to our pod. Now, I don't know why they moved him to our pod, but when he got moved from one building, he was like one of the head housemen over there. Like he was one of the head housemen, but like he was cool though. Like I wouldn't put him in state struck status. Like he was just a dude that was good at buffing. You know what I mean? He knew the floor, and like a lot of dudes, like that'll get a lot of dudes in too. Like with the white shirts and the lieutenants. Once they see that you can handle the floor good, like you'll get a decent little gig. So like that's what bro was doing. Like he was older than us. Like I met him a minute ago, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna call him Car. Now the dude Car. You know what I mean? Like for him being from the town, you know what I mean? Like I used to see him on the yard, you know, he'll go out there. He was kind of like, Carl was like one of those solid kind of big dudes. Like he looked like he worked out like back in his past. But like he been down a second too, like, but he was just kind of one of them solid fat dudes a little bit, man. About my height, solid fat dude, you know what I mean? So had the little bald head game. He kept himself together, but he was mad when they moved him to our pod. He was like, man, they moved him, man. He was like, it's a dude over there that's messing with a lady over there. And he was like, he kept bumping heads with the dude because he was trying to do the floors and this and that. And he was like, he think the dude got the lady to move him on some old BS. And then the lady wrote it up like he was giving her problems. So he was like, that was crazy. So he told me the story. He moved in the pod. Like, he ain't one of those dudes like, oh, he ain't here from the town. He don't care about none of that. He just broke down the story about what had happened and what was going on, you know what I mean? And now he's in our joint. So he was like, look, he was like, man, look, who do y'all floors in here? I was like, yo, it's crazy. I was like, they got the white dude doing it now. I said, but the dude that used to do it, he just got transferred, you know what I mean, to Indian Creek. So I was like, ain't really nobody. So he was like, boom, he pushed. He pushed immediately. As soon as I told him that, he went downstairs and hollered at our sergeant. The sergeant come back up there. They walk to the closet. He's showing that, you know what I mean, like how he can handle all the chemicals when it comes to the wax and like the way they man, they'll have your floor looking like glass in penitentiary, man. Don't ask me. And this is concrete they are buffing. Know what I mean? This is concrete, man. Not like not no marble floor. They turn it into a marble floor, man. Like them dudes be out there buffing for hours at night. You got the quiet game over here like this. Jump over his head. You know what I mean? You'll see that all, man. Listen, these people love that floor in penitentiary, man. Don't ask me why. But long story short, Carr ended up getting the gig. You know what I mean? So Carr get the gig. Now he in there, you know what I mean? He really didn't get no charge for moving out of one building, so they had to give him a job anyway, and we needed somebody to do the floors. So he that became his job. You know what I mean? So you would see him out there. He'll wait till all us to run around. He didn't give us no problems. Like he was getting in our way. He'll wait for all us to run around, and he'll come out, mingle with us a little bit. Then he'll get the CO to let him back out like 2, 3 in the morning. Then he'll rock the floor. But he was out running around with us. You know, he trying to, like, this is his first time experiencing, man, like, this is the only population part in this building. Like, they can move around. You work, you can go all, you can see dudes you haven't saw in years just by going to their pod. You can be like, man, look, I got to go downstairs to 3A, man, clean something up. Dude, sergeant be like, all right, they'll take you down there, open you up, let you right up in there. You go in there. You can, those dudes be there, they say, hey, you can pass stuff. Usually, dudes will pay you. I wasn't doing this job, but there was a lot of people in my pod that used to get paid to bring people's stuff to the hole. And, you know, they got to go through us. Like that, we was the gatekeepers. We was at the border. Like, you want to get something to your man in the hole, you got to go through 3D. You got to go through dudes in 3D. So, like, 3D had his perks. You know what I mean? 3D had his perks on how we used to rock. You know what I mean? But for the most part, Carr got a gig now. You know what I mean? So Carr out there. So Carr just moving around trying to be the main buffer man, y'all. So boom. So I'll say probably about 2 weeks into Carr buffing. You know what I mean? Like he got our joint looking super spiffy. That joint look extra spiffy. So the lady is working and she see the joint looking spiffy. So I see her. She talk to everybody like I told y'all. Even though that hoop is knocking her toboggan off, like she's still talking to everybody. So I see her talking to Carr breaking it down. Like he wasn't a lady man type of guy. Like he down on the ladies. Like I don't see that, but you know, he an older gentleman, you know, he probably like in his late 40s, early middle 40s or something like that. So he having a conversation with her and he talking to her, you know what I mean? So she ain't say nothing, she dipped. So we end up coming back out. So when we come back out to work, you know what I mean? Hoop out, I see the nigga Hoop, he out there, you know what I mean? A couple of his guys out there, me and the old head Carr out there. So we all standing right there, we talking. So Carr's birthday was coming up. You know what I mean? Carr's birthday was coming up. So we all like kind of like, I'm like, yo, look, Carr, you gonna, what's up? You gonna mess with the la-la once? He was like, man, I'm gonna hit the la-la. I'm gonna hit the la-la once, man. I'm gonna hit the la-la. So Hoop walked up, Hoop was like, man, that's crazy, man. How old you about to be? How old you about to be? Carr was like, man, I'm about to be 47. I'm like, man, like to hear him being 47, me being in my early 20s, like that was kind of crazy, you know what I mean? Like he was down forever. So Hoop was like, yo, like 47, like you an old head. He was like, how long you been locked up? I've been locked up since I was 22. I'm like, damn, that's crazy, bro. Done did 10 Tebow game. He done did 15. Like we just fresh in penitentiary. So like he was one of those dudes that been down. So Hoop like, man, that's crazy, man. What you gonna do for your birthday though, huh? What you got for your birthday? Man, it was word. Carr was like, don't call me on. He was one of those dudes back then. Like he ain't play that. Like a lot of dudes get away with that. And you know, I used to call a lot of dudes on. Man, it's my word. Carr was like, don't call me on. Don't call my name Carr. Don't call me on, dude. Who was like, oh, my bad. He was like, so what you gonna do for your birthday? He was like, man, I don't know. He was like, man, that's crazy, man. He was like, man, how many prisons you been to? So we just conversating about, you know, just intrigue of how long he been gone and all this. So who was like, man, that's wild, man. He was like, man, that's crazy. Look. So he was like, man, look, when the last time you cut something? You know what I mean? Like, I ain't know the Richmond slang. Like, I ain't know what he was talking about at first. I'm like, he was like, yo, when the last time you cut something, Carr? Carr was like, cut something. He was like, man, when the last time you got something? He was like, since I was 22. It's like, man. Like, that's what I'm gonna be saying it too if I don't end up getting. I knew I never got none when I was in there, but like I could have said the same thing at the end of my bid. He was like, since he was 22, I'm like, man, like 15 years without poo-poo. Like, but this is the punishment. This is the punishment they give you when you get sentenced your time, man. They take that away from you, man. They take poo-poo away. Y'all be out here hustling and throwing rocks at the penitentiary to get poo-poo taken away. You nuts? I'm not leaving poo-poo ever again. But look, I promise y'all, man, like we all felt sorry for Carr. You know what I mean? Like I knew Carr was down and I knew he was an older dude from my town, but like still though, like just hearing like, you know, like how he been this prison, that prison, he done bit it. Like he done did the Southampton thing. He hasn't been to the mountains yet. That was the only thing. But like, you know, like he was a sturdy older guy, man. So we all listening, man. So Hoop was like, man, you know what? Man, I'm gonna look out for you for your birthday, man. I'm gonna look out for you for your birthday. He was like, how you gonna look out for me? He was like, man, got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. Look, I'm gonna let you know. It might not be on your birthday or could be on your birthday, but just let you know when it happens. That's a gift from me. He was like, man, what are you talking about? He was like, don't worry about it. And I didn't even know what Hoop was talking about. Like, I thought Hoop was probably gonna be like, I'm gonna surprise him and get something in. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get this package in. Like, so I'm all like that's crazy, man. Like, me and Hoop been cool for a minute. Like, he ain't never offered me nothing. Not saying I needed it, because like I told you, I had my own situation. Like, Hoop used to come grab the la for me when I had it. So like, it won't nothing like that. So I'll be lying to y'all though. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, I'll be lying to y'all if I was still thinking my conscience was like, man, tell her nigga bring the pack, Weezy. Hell, made that fat lady bring the pack. I battled my conscience though, and I stayed out of stuff. It's like sometimes I follow my gut. You know what I mean? If I catch a bad feeling on anything, and I mean anything, man, like that's stuff out here too. Like, I'm gonna follow my gut, man. So like, I follow my gut on that one right there. I follow my gut, and it was telling me that don't deal with that situation. Like, everything is not always a good situation. Be patient, wait your turn. Something gonna fall in your lap. Plus, you already got something going on right now, so don't be a pig, Weezy. So that's how I took it. I be battling my conscience like in conversation like that sometimes. So I ain't paying no mind. You know what I mean? We all dipped that night. I went to sleep. Woke up the next morning, everybody moving around. Same routine in the pod, like nothing different in the pod. I look up, I see the dude Hoop. He at the door, he hollering at some dudes. You know what I mean? I come down the steps, I see Carr on the phone. I don't know who he was talking to. Like, the pod was just doing normal activity right now, man. Like, but for real, man, like 3D was just one of those pods, man. It was like we was on our own little island over there, man. Like, dudes used to be mad at us because it was like us over there with the motion. You know what I mean? My little team. Then it was the Richmond dudes with the team. There was a dude from Newport News I knew used to have motion. It used to be a lot of dudes that was in 3D that would create motion, man. It's like we had the whole joint because like we can make plays in the hole. So it was like, you know, as bad as I wanted to get in the car, you know what I mean, with bro, I had to let it go, man. So I chilled out. I ain't say nothing to Hoop. You know what I mean? Hoop running around doing him. So I'll say probably about 3 days later. Now, Carr's birthday is that following Saturday coming up. Like, this is like Thursday or something like that, but we coming out to work. So I come out. You know what I mean? Everything normal in the pod. I look up. Miss Smith was sitting at the table talking to Hoop. Like the first, like there's a table and the TV is like up there. So they were sitting at the table. The lights are dim in the pod. And, you know, this is normal activity in 3D. She's sitting at the table just talking to him. He's sitting at the table talking to her. So I come out. I do my little job. I go down to my man's cell, pop his tray slot, put the little trash can right there, and I just sat by his tray slot. I'm kicking it with my homeboy, man. Him kicking it. And he on the top tier. I look up, the back door from the top tier opens. So that's when dudes be running in. It be all tight. That's when dudes be passing the food and the tobacco and the Black and Miles and Newports. Like, dudes get paid to do these jobs right here. So now it's hate, it's mayhem. Dudes is running around. So I'll say that went on for about like the first 45 minutes. After about the first 45 minutes, it finally calmed down. It calmed down. It got a little slow. I looked up. Hoop disappeared. You know what I mean? I seen Carr. Carr was just coming out. You know what I mean? Carr coming out, just getting ready to start his jump. I look. Miss Smith getting him the buffer from downstairs. He getting the jump from out the downstairs jump. You know what I mean? So he right there. He getting that situated. So I come out and I went to the hot water jump and I looked. I was like, man, I'm about to get ready to go in too, man. You know what I mean? So I go in the cell. I get my hot water. I go in the cell. I'm chilling for a minute. So usually the lady in the booth will close my door as soon as she see me go in. Like, and she'll do that because she don't want my roommate to come out. Even though my roommate wasn't gonna come out. I had a cool roommate at the time, man, from Petersburg, man. I had a cool roommate at the time, man, from Chesapeake. And for real, he wasn't one of those dudes that were running around doing no crazy stuff. So, you know what I mean? She leave my door open. So I'm at the sink and I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm getting my stuff ready, going back and forth, looking at the TV. You know what I mean? So when it got quiet, like it's about laying down time for everybody, man, unless you're doing something. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely not doing nothing. So I'm getting out the way. So I'm getting my stuff right. So my roommate like, oh, He was like, hey, bro, I forgot, man. He was like, man, look, you think they'll let me do it? I'm like, what? He was like, man, shh. He got up off the bed. He jumped off the bed. He was like, he went his mattress. He was like, he left up his mattress. He pulled out an envelope. He was like, look, man. He said, man, dude in 1B, man. Dude, I know, man. He gave me this envelope full of tobacco, man. This kite, man, to get the dude over in 3C, man. He was like, he's sleeping cell 31. I was like, man, like he got a dumb cell. Like his cell is like, the lady in the booth gonna see this and like, I don't suppose, like they don't really care. But like, you gotta do it at a time where it's the time to do it. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, he like, man, I'm gonna just see run over. I was like, nah, bro, cause you might get rolled up. They might try to write you up, bro. I was like, man, I wouldn't do it. He was like, man, well, do it for me, man. He was like, man, cause I know the dude gagging, and I know when he see dude come from breakfast tomorrow morning, he gonna ask, do we got it? I'm like, this is crazy, right here. I'm like, man, like, come on, bro. I was like, get it here. I put my flops back on. I was like, I went and looked. I seen Hoop is at the slider talking to somebody else that's working downstairs. Like I can't hear what he's saying, but I just see him at the slider. Like he got his little, like he's in his chilling clothes and he had a slider. Then I looked this way and I ain't see nobody. Then I looked down the tier, which I gotta run to. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't see nobody. I couldn't see who was in the top room. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, get here. He gave it to me. I was like, I just started walking down the tier. I walked to the joint. I get inside the joint. I hit the corner. When I hit the corner, y'all, I look. Man, I promise y'all, man, I look. Man, listen, this was nuts right here. And I had to keep moving. It was like I did it fast, but it was like a fast motion of a type of situation. But off to the far corner left, as I'm walking, I looked. I seen my old head car. I seen car first. And then I looked again and I seen, it was like dark, but I seen the uniform and I seen the chubby lady and she had like her shirt pushed up. Her pants was to her ankles. And I looked, pause. Man, my homeboy Carl was putting in work. He was like this. Now I'm moving. This is all in slow motion. I move Carl like this. That's all you hear. He like, he was so focused on, he was so small. He was so focused on tearing cheeks up. Man, I promise you, he didn't even look at me. This man didn't even look at me. She said, pause. And I was like, phew. I went to the joint. I said, man, yo, what the dude said? I was like, yeah, bro, this one doing 1B. He was like, slid it to him. I was like, shit, I gotta go back. I was like, shit, go downstairs. I was like, nah, the lady gonna knock me in. I'm supposed to be over here. I was like, fuck. I was like, man, fuck, I gotta go back. I promise you, I go back. Man, I go back through the joint. This time I only could see my peripheral. I wasn't trying to, like, when I was coming, it was a straight look. But this time around, like, I'm a peripheral to jump. I have to. Man, I promise you, pause. I walk by peripheral. Man, look, Carl was like, I said, this man still pounding. He was like, that was the last noise I heard. I was leaving that joint. Like, I was like, oh shit. All I had to get back and see him. I was like, damn. I said, hey, close my door. Then he closed the door. Push. I said, man, god damn, Carl was in there putting that work in, y'all. So boom. I said, oh my Jesus. I said, Carl putting that work in. Carl putting that damn work in, man. He smoked that damn lady boots. Man, he smoked that lady. He smoked Miss Smith boots. He smoked her boots, man. I'm telling you, man. I went past, dropped the package off, came back. This man still got the same rhythm. He didn't even look at me. He was, that nigga snapping. I'm like, what the fuck? That nigga look like a goddamn Mendingo slave goddamn hitting the goddamn wife, the owner of the goddamn slave. I promise you, man, he went bananas. I'm gonna say, like, this is crazy. So I lay it down. You know what I mean? I couldn't talk to myself about this. I lay it down. Wake up. I look, I see Carl talking to my homeboy. So I walk over there. Oh, like, what's up? He see me here, a little dumbass smirk on his face. He was like, oh, like, God damn, you were putting that damn work in. He was like, he couldn't even stop smiling. He was like, I said, damn, bro, you smoked that lady, man. I said, man, I walked by. I said, he was like, I seen you, but I didn't see you. I said, I won't stop her. I said, damn. I said, man, you smoked her big ass. He was like, man, shh. He was like, man, damn, bro, that shit crazy. Who walked up? Who was like, happy birthday, Sean. Carl was like, man, thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. He was like, I told you I had you, man. But like, just, I'm like, damn, like, who passed this girl off? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know you could be generous And I know this, he probably doing it to his homeboys too. Like, I just didn't know about this. Like, if you pass her off to somebody from Tidewater, like, you have passed her off to somebody from Richmond, I am assuming. So I'm like, I'm all kind of puzzled off this stuff, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm like, bro, passing this joint off, man. Hoop was like, man, Uncle ain't had nothing. He was like, man, don't call me Uncle, man. I told you, man. He was like, oh, my fault, car. He was like, man, car ain't had nothing in years. He was like, man, he ain't had nothing in years since I was in elementary school. I was like, man, go ahead, man. He was like, man, look, man, ain't nothing, man. He was like, man, she'll jump off if I tell her to be. She'll jump off if I tell her to be. I was about to say, well, let me hit. You know what I mean? But I'm like, old head done hit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, nah, it's like she's like too loose. And like, you ain't got no protection. I won't really press. I ain't gonna lie. As bad as I need some poo-poo. I'm being honest with y'all, man. Like, I suppose that got in that party. That was a party that I chose not to participate. It was too many people. Like, I'm like, yo, this is nuts, man. When she's not working out building, she probably getting her toboggan knocked off. Like, Hoop is knocking her toboggan off. His friends probably knocking her toboggan off. And now she just let goddamn Car knock her toboggan off. That's too many people knocking her toboggan off now. I could have knocked the toboggan off. I ain't gonna lie. But like, I just carried it like I wasn't getting in the middle of this situation for some reason. Y'all like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting into the middle of this situation. So, you know, Hoop over there, he kicked it. Hoop slid off. After Hoop slid off, goddamn, me and my homeboy standing over there like, my homeboy was like, shit, I want to hit. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. I was like, man, oh, I said, man, I wasn't smoking her goddamn boots when I walked by. I was like, shit, hey, look, I got to holler at y'all too, man. Y'all the only ones I can holler at, man. I'm like, what? He was like, he looked, he was like, he seen Hoop was like, over that direction. He was like, I smoked her so good, I got her phone number, Ace.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.